Strap in and light up, because you're back for another wild ride with three guys and sometimes Bob, the only podcast where laid-back chat meets high-voltage chaos. We're broadcasting from our legendary Lounge of Legends, where cigars, questionable theories, and far-fetched stories are all on the menu. Enter a world where the ashtray might just hold the meaning of life. And we casually mix world-saving ideas with debates about which 80s action star could survive a zombie apocalypse. You never know. Bob might show up today, or he's off wrangling unicorns because, Bob, whether you're here for the offbeat wisdom or the absolute nonsense, we promise to keep you on your toes. Get ready for absurd tangents, profound epiphanies, and the occasional argument about why one of us thinks pineapple belongs on pizza, brought to you by, well, nobody really except maybe that one guy who dropped a cigar here once and never came back. Welcome to the madness, friends. This is Three Guys and Sometimes Bob.
Oh, boy. No Bam?
No Bam. And
Hey.
that intro
Not
was
right now.
for all you Swifters out there. Or what do they
yes.
call them? The Swift is a floor thing.
Yeah,
right?
we got her one more
Swifty.
time. Maybe.
Yeah, one more time.
Yeah, maybe
next week we'll
fire.
switch her up.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Bob.
Bob's here. He was here last week, though. Roy's here.
Oh,
We
yes.
got Roy.
Good morning, Roy.
We got Roy.
Roy wasn't here last week.
Roy wasn't here.
Roy was out gallivanting with Tom, right?
No,
my
Jimmy.
brother-
Jimmy.
and Paula and Debbie.
Abdul.
And we went. Yes, she was singing. Yeah, we were out at the coast. Took us 6 days to go up from from
Well, Grants Pass.
Crescent City.
Yeah, Grass Pans, and then up to Crescent City, down to, and then it took us 6 days to get up to Esplanade.
You know you can do that in a day.
I
I know
did
we
do it
came
in
back
half a day.
We came back in a day, but it took us 6 days to get up there.
Yeah, wow.
It was so damn relaxing.
You had to stop and water and feed the horses.
Yeah, absolutely.
wow.
Every 25 miles.
Well, as Michael always says, fun fact.
Fun fact. There's a river every 25 miles.
And there's a town every 30.
Yeah. Well,
You know why?
because the horses only went that.
That's right. A
25.
horse will only travel 30 miles a day.
Yeah, 25 to 30.
Really?
Yeah.
They got
So
a meter.
Is that a union thing?
yeah, I think
It's a
I think
horse
it-
union?
Yeah, through the pony.
The Equine Association of America or whatever?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, so that they establish towns every 30 miles because of the traveling of a horse.
unless you're in a wagon and maybe you got 10.
Yeah, it slows you down a little bit.
Well, but if you got 10 horses, or 3 horses, I guess you bump it up to
now
30,
you're,
right?
Now you're doing fucking math.
You got to that should bump it up to 30, or is it not an equal
It's not
comparison?
equal.
So you got to have like 9.
Yeah.
Right.
The German horses, you have 9.
Nine.
Yes.
So yeah, so
None of them.
Clydesdales.
Clydesdales.
Right.
No, I don't think they're long distance horses.
No,
They'll pull a heavy ass wagon 20 feet, but that's about
to
it.
the next stop.
To the next freaking.
all the way to the scene of the accident.
Yeah.
Kind of like your truck. Your big thing a couple of years ago where it went about. 2 feet.
Hey, we're not bringing those things up. We had
This is a
great,
family environment here,
we
Bob.
had
Come on.
great advertisement.
It wasn't that big.
Hey, and I think we're all hunkering down here. We got Milton coming to.
Boy, that thing looks like it's like
Oh,
fucker.
yeah, it's a fucker. You're right.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that's the newest hurricane.
Yeah.
there's another.
It's this week's- it's
there's
this
another
week's.
Milton that's a fucking hurricane.
It's a this
too.
week's
Well,
hurricane.
Part of the thing with hurricanes is they don't involve us.
No, we are very fortunate.
God, I hope not.
We're 2,500 miles away from the fuckers. And
Yeah.
We don't even get the wind and the
No, we don't
clouds.
have hurricanes here on the West Coast.
No, we have tornadoes occasionally.
Not here. We got too many mountains for that.
No, we've had a tornado out at the airport.
Was it a real tornado,
Was it-
or was it what we used to call a dirt
dirt,
dirt
yeah.
devil?
Well, it pulled the roof off of some of the hangars, so.
Oh, so it was just windy.
It's just a windy
Well,
day.
those are old ass hangers.
Yeah.
No, it was a real actual tornado. It just didn't last long and it wasn't real huge. It wasn't like the Midwest ones. Thank God they can keep
They're not making a movie out of them.
No,
No.
no, it was flying cows and the like.
Right.
Yeah.
But
hide in the ditch, motherfucker.
matter of fact, I talked to my
Proctologist?
yeah, kind of like that. My
Somebody.
my carnival planner, my cruise director that calls me, and
Oh, Mark.
Mark, yes, I talked to Mark, and he's in Sarasota.
Oh, I thought you meant like for boating at Carnival. I'm like, you got a carny that you hook up with?
No.
And
My
coordinate with?
Carnival,
Yeah,
my
she
Carnival
does. No
crew.
teeth. No.
Toothless motherfucker. He gives a hell of a blowjob.
Wow.
Anyway.
I'm not hanging out that part of the Carnival.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But no, Mark called and we were just bullshitting about offers that I have coming up and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, why are you calling me? I go, you know, you're in Florida and you're in Sarasota, and that's like right outside of Orlando. He goes, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll make a decision in an hour to leave. Okay. Well, best of luck to you, bud.
Yeah, but for them, that's just like a regular Tuesday. You know, it's,
Yeah.
this time of year, it's
High
like,
water.
yeah. So we pull the drain plugs out and let everything fucking
Right. But
turn the sprinklers off.
between that and that last one,
Helene.
Last week's.
was it Eileen or Aileen?
Helene.
It's an
H-E-L.
H.
Yeah. Well, she
Eileen, that's a woman with one leg.
exactly.
Yeah.
Up against the wall.
Well,
And then there's the Asian one, Irene.
You make me fucking giggle every time you say that.
I know, that's why I did it.
Oh, God. You haven't said that in a while.
No, it's been-
And I still get the giggles.
Thank you, GW.
Yeah.
He was a
Yeah,
great
he's
guy.
in Florida, too. I don't know
Yeah.
where, but he's somewhere.
Hunkered down in the bunker.
He's on the East Coast side of it.
I thought he was on the West Coast.
It doesn't matter.
he's-
Milton's going
It's
east to west.
east side of the
it's
Carib. Yeah.
But no, they got some serious hot chocolate situations out there.
so. In today's news, there's an Oklahoma death row inmate has had 3 last meals. Now he's back at the Supreme Court in a new bid for freedom. I'm thinking, okay, once you have your last meal,
Yeah.
there ain't no.
I mean, that.
Well, 2 of them weren't his last meal.
Well, exactly. That after the first
Well,
one should have been
Good
it.
ones.
Obviously,
Well, 3 of them.
what's he being convicted of? How many people did he murder? Allegedly.
It's Oklahoma's set executive dates 9 times for death row inmate Richard Glossip. The state has fed him 3 last meals. Glossip has even been married twice while awaiting execution.
Wow. That's
Somehow he's still here, even after the Supreme Court rejected. Well, it's fucking Oklahoma. I mean, come on. Rejected his challenge to Oklahoma's lethal injection process 9 years ago.
wow.
Now, in another twist, Oklahoma's Republican Attorney General has joined with Glossip in seeking to overturn his murder conviction and death sentence in a 1997 murder for hire scheme. This unlikely turn has put Glossip's case back to the Supreme Court, where the justice will hear arguments Wednesday.
Well, did he
Did he actually do it? Or-
Right. Did he just get pissed at his ex-wife and go, "I want her dead," or his current wife, and hired an undercover cop and
Yeah,
an
it's-
ex-wife because he's been married twice since then.
it had. Well, I would imagine if he tried to kill her the first time, I would be getting a divorce.
Beforehand?
Yeah, beforehand.
Yes, cheap.
Yeah.
So how long has he
Oh
been
no! It was so Glossip has always maintained his innocence in the 1997 killing in Oklahoma City of his former boss, motel owner Very Van Treese. Van Treese. That's a German guy, right?
Or it could be Dutch.
Dutch?
Oh yeah, we'll go with Dutch.
Yeah.
Germans don't own motels.
No, they own motels, but it's V-O-N, probably not V-O-N.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Oh shit! He got the big cup out.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he does what he does.
The redneck guzzler.
It
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
He's saving himself some trips back out here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he said another man, Justin Sneed, admitted robbing and killing Van Treese, but testified he only did so after Glossip promised to pay him $10,000. If you're killing people for $10,000, you've made some bad life decisions.
Yeah.
To me, that's at least 15.
I had a guy I could hire for
You got to
half
think
rack
of what's
beer.
the rest of your life worth? You know,
Yeah.
if you get caught.
It's on the southern part of Florida.
Oh, okay.
What is?
Down there. At the,
Milton.
Oh, wait, no, you can change that with a marker.
Well, yeah.
so it's right down there by the pee hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will definitely be moving a little north.
North and east.
Yeah, staying away from Orlando.
Is it going to go towards the warm water then? Yeah,
It'll head out towards the...
towards the Atlantic.
Yeah. Oh, it's
All
going
the good ones do. Mm-hmm.
to be an ass kicker no matter what.
Well, again,
Well, I don't live there.
they
For a reason.
well, no, I got a friend that lives there.
miserable.
I got several friends that live there, but she moved back from here to Orlando because she's like, even when I lived in Miami, hurricanes were better than this fucking summer smoke.
Yeah, but we didn't have it this year.
We didn't, but when she moved back like 4 years ago, whatever.
Okay, so she's going to get 2 of them this year. We only got a couple of weeks.
But she's in Orlando too there. So Orlando hurricanes are just like a shit ton of rain.
Oh.
And they've got so much great freaking flood zone planning.
Well, they got a lot of
and it's all
marshes.
and it's all flat, so it's not like it all runs to one center point.
Right. They have a lot of speed bumps, so you can actually get some elevation.
Yes. Yeah, they do. And you get around Mickey Mouse Town, and then it's all concrete anyway.
Right,
so it just runs down into the swamps where the alligators just.
Yeah, they're
like, oh, the water's less brackish now.
Yes, and I will go over there now because I can.
I can swim across the freeway instead of having to walk.
Right.
Yeah. Possibility to get hit by a truck.
No, they'll fuck up a truck. You think hitting a deer? I would imagine hitting the freaking. I mean, maybe not a truck, but like your car.
Oh, I'd have an alligator.
You would be looking at his eyeballs coming at him, and he would be like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw what we call Oregon moose.
Slow cows?
No, they were elk.
Oh, we call those slow cows.
I call those elk.
Slow cows?
A slow cow.
An elk.
How fast are regular cows?
Fuck.
Very slow.
They're slower cows.
Why I don't understand that they can run like a mother Fletcher a whole lot faster than a deer can.
I don't know.
Cows?
No.
Elk.
Elk.
I don't know. Well, I mean, the females are cows anyways, right?
Maybe we call cows slow cows or slow.
Why don't we just call cows?
Yeah. That's
Slow
what it
elk.
is. We call cows slow elk.
There you go.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to refer back to my grandfather and my great,
the long time.
There was a lot of bourbon involved back then.
Well, you got a lot of stuff in your head you don't need.
Oh God, you ain't kidding there.
I think we all
Jesus
do.
Christ.
I clean mine out every day.
Do you
I flush the pipes.
No, not mine. Not me.
But that's like how Cliff Clavin was saying about how him drinking beer is like how the buffalo herds. I think it was how buffalo or whatever herd animal he was talking about, I'm assuming buffalo based on the generation. As the speed of the herd is regulated by the oldest and slowest, most feeble buffalo. So as one dies off, the inherent average speed of the herd increases. So he says, brain cells are the same way. He says, so by drinking beer kills off the slower, more feeble brain cells,
right.
therefore increasing the average speed or capacity or whatever of your brain. He probably said it better.
Yeah,
because I haven't drank today, so I can't say it the same way.
Yeah.
Your brain cells are still in there dying.
Well, folks, we are now dumber than we were 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Because Michael is ranting about.
How about Cliff Clavin quotes?
Yeah.
There was some other new shit I wanted to talk about too. Oh, I found out too that, do you know what royal jelly is?
It's from bees.
Yeah, I know what it's from, but what is it?
I never even heard of it.
So it's
peas, like the
bees.
Honey bees.
Oh, bees. Oh, I thought you said peas.
It's I'm gonna pull it up here because I had a thing.
Are they like special royal bees?
No. So it's not, because I just thought royal honey was just like part of the fucking honey, or royal jelly was just part of the honey, but it's. So apparently, when a fucking herd of bees is born,
okay,
Herd of bees.
A herd of bees.
one apparently is chosen, and then they feed it a shit ton of fucking royal jelly to fatten the bitch up, and she becomes the queen.
Okay,
It becomes a queen and goes off to make her own fucking harem,
right,
or whatever. So royal jelly. So I was like, well, what the fuck is royal jelly? Isn't that just honey? And they're like, no, it's not just honey.
It's the best stuff. Got
It's
brandy in
it's
it.
a honeybee secretion that is used in the nutrition of larvae and adult queens. It is secreted from the glands in the hypopharynx of the nurse bees. So they're just jizzing all up in her face.
Right.
That's a fucking like a big fucking bukkake party going on over there in the beehive.
Son of a bitch! I killed that fly and he flew away.
Good job.
So during
that kind of day,
during the process of creating new queens, the workers construct a special queen cell. The larvae, so she's in the bondage already. The larvae in these cells are fed with copious amounts of royal jelly. This type of feeding triggers the development of queen morphology, including the fully developed. So if I'm a bee, and maybe it's got to be in a larval stage, I'm thinking, if I just eat some of this jelly, I'm gonna be the queen. I'm gonna be the boss, bitch.
Yeah, you can be the boss.
I'd be like doing the reverse suck back in, and
So can you buy royal jelly?
yeah.
How do they tell? What?
Yeah, it's just expensive honey, I think, because that's what.
Yeah, let's just call it a certain
No,
name.
but you go to the fucking vitamin store, I bet you there's like royal honey capsules, and because it'll make
Right.
you a fucking queen. You want to be a queen for a day, G?
that explains so many things.
About the Fellow Health Food Store?
Yes, yeah. Okay, so they're going to determine that they're going to get honey from a particular part of the hive.
Well, yeah. So if they're using it to feed larvae, do you just then dig in where the larva's at and kill off those future queens, just so you can get your royal jelly capsules?
I guess. I don't know. I think it's a scam.
Oh, absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
90% of the supplement company is a scam. The other 10% is just full of shit.
Yeah, is that? Well, you are not full of shit on that statement.
No, a lot of other things I will be though.
Oh well,
You
absolutely.
can buy a bottle of it for $30 from Amazon.
How big of a bottle?
1 pound.
Oh,
but
that's not bad.
is that just a bottle of honey that's got like, if they take like a little flake of royal jelly in it, kind of like Kona coffee, as long as it's got like a half a bean in there from Kona, they can call it that, a Kona blend.
That's why I buy the 100%.
It's got 2 beans in it.
It's all Kona.
I don't understand this because basically the royal honey is extremely. If you go to a beehive,
Yeah.
They have
1% of it is royal honey.
Yeah.
How many fucking beehives do you need to get one of these bricks of?
12. 12. I think I got it.
Is it a dozen or is it 12?
Well, okay. So here's the jizz of the situation here.
Oh, thank God.
Cultivation of royal jelly.
Okay.
Royal jelly is harvested by stimulating colonies with movable frame hives to produce queen bees. Royal jelly is collected from each individual queen cell, honeycomb, when the queen larvae are about 4 days old. These are the only cells in which large amounts are deposited. This is because when royal jelly is fed the worker larvae, it is fed directly to them and they consume it as it is produced, while the cells of queen larvae are stocked with royal jelly much faster than the larva can consume it. Therefore, only in queen cells is the harvest of royal jelly practical. A well-managed hive during a season of 5 to 6 months can produce approximately 500 grams of royal jelly, so 18 ounces of royal jelly for one hive. So to get a pound is 100, over 5, for one season. So a pound is 128 ounces, well, liquid ounces. No, it's a gallon. 16 ounces is a pound.
Right.
So that's just about 1 pound per hive, 1 pound, 2 ounces per hive. So,
And it's only $30 for a pound?
Well, that's.
Yeah,
I think
they're under evaluating their market.
That's a blend.
I also saw a thing where 16.9 ounces was $150.
Oh, okay, that's more like it.
Yeah.
And it
I
says
got
here
it.
royal jelly has been shown to have several sexual benefits, including improved sperm
Making you a queen for a day?
increased testosterone,
Hi.
levels, improved libido, improved sexual and urinary function.
Yeah, they say that about cock jizz too.
The Vegetarian Society,
Beat yourself senseless.
the Vegetarian Society considers royal jelly to be non-vegan. No shit. Because it comes from a fucking animal?
Is a bug really an animal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They classify it as an animal.
Yeah.
well, it is.
It's an insect.
But
Or a bug.
it all depends.
Now you're looking at a rock. That's not an animal.
Well, no shit.
You're quick that way. Okay, good.
But
We got
I
that.
would think an animal would actually have, a...
I bet you if you look at the ingredient.
Maybe a life.
Yeah, I don't consider a bird an animal.
Why not? They are.
But what's the definition of an animal?
Alive.
A tree's alive.
So that motherfucking fly that's flying around bugging us is
It's
an animal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, disagree. Ding ding.
Okay, I'm going to pull up definition of an animal.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Before you get off that subject, I found for 120 count royal jelly capsules,
Oh.
only 16.14.
Oh shit, that's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe Temu.
So the dictionary definition from Oxford Languages
Oh, good. Glad we got the
for
Oxford.
animal is a living organism that feeds on organic matter, typically having specialized sense organs and nervous system and able to respond rapidly to stimuli.
There you go.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, what qualifies as an animal? Animals are multicellular eukaryotic organisms in the biological kingdom Animalia. With few exceptions, animals consume organic material, breathe oxygen, have myocytes, and are able to move and can reproduce sexually and grow from a hollow sphere of cells, the blastula, during embryonic development. You got that?
That's a fly.
Yeah.
Just repeat it back now.
Yeah, all of that.
You need a zygote
fly.
to do it.
You can need
Okay.
a zygote.
But then a fly's an animal.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
What part of
I just don't think of it as a bug or a spider or a.
Folks, this is a product of our public education system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't teach that shit in public education.
No.
Well, not in Grants Pass.
No, because we're busy basket weaving.
We are. No, I mean, I believe you. It's on.
Well,
you
it's on the internet.
The internet told us so.
The Oxford Language
But
Dictionary.
I think as a Homo sapien human being that produces with other
have you
human
come
beings. What's that?
Have you come out?
No, not Homo sapien. Yes, I have come out, Bob. I am a lesbian.
Yes, well, most of us are.
Yes,
Oh, so we like to eat the same things.
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you eat at the Y.
No,
No, you don't eat at the
not the
Y.
YMCA.
Not the not that YMCA. But I would think that if you asked another human being other than this group, because obviously I did not know, if a fly is an animal, they're going to go, no, it's not an animal.
So here, a royal jelly,
It's a bug.
fresh royal jelly.
But a bug's an animal.
Yeah, it goes deeper than that.
It
Obviously, it
just
does because Michael read it all off and it didn't
It's
make no
organic
fucking.
material.
Right.
Breathes.
So $15 an ounce for pure, all natural, no additives, flavors, preservatives, royal jelly.
15 an ounce.
15 an ounce.
Yeah,
Spend as much as you want then.
You can.
Yeah, I'm not going to go get it. I have no. Honey is honey, you know. It's like
Did they
rice is
say what
rice.
you already read the benefits, right?
Yeah, you get a hard on.
Viagra, small pill.
Or
So,
you can get an ounce of.
Stackage Royal Jelly is premium quality and high potency. Well, if it's 100%, it should be all potency.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh Royal Jelly is the queen bee's only source of food, which enables her to live 40 times longer than worker bees. Suggested use as a dietary supplement: take a quarter teaspoon daily in the morning and evening to assist with
Holy
the distinct
shit.
taste mixed with honey or into smoothies. Contains no sugar, starch, milk, egg, gluten, corn, yeast, shellfish, preservatives, or additives.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, 4 ounce pack of one for $60.
There you go, folks.
If you want a 2.2 pound pack of one, it's $180, which drops the price down to $5 an ounce.
Okay.
So
Well.
get as cheap as you want too.
Yeah, I'm not going to go buy it. So there you go.
While Christmas is around the corner, Gene.
I wouldn't expect to get it either.
Oh, you won't. You won't. I'm
Okay,
just
good.
saying.
Yeah, thanks.
If you want to start, maybe print out this page and leave it around the house, and Rhonda catches a hint.
No, she would look at it and goes, why?
Why the fuck would you?
Yeah. Why? But anyways,
So yeah. So what we got going on?
well, other than that, the biggest thing is the hurricanes, man. That's
No, it's not. That's not the biggest thing. We got the spaghetti factory opening at Old
fuck
Quarter.
that. Have you ever ate at one?
No. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
There was one on Oahu on.
There's one in
r-
Seattle.
right across from
San
Koala
Francisco.
Basin, the piers
There's
there.
one in Portland,
and it
one
had.
in
I mean,
Vancouver.
I wasn't big on the food stuff, but the bar was great. They had a great upstairs bar, fucking lounge.
Where are they opening it?
The old Porter's
Porter's Steakhouse.
Downtown?
downtown Medford.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm not going to go out and get spaghetti for dinner.
Yeah.
The one thing with Spaghetti Factory is you get fucking. It's kind of like the Olive Garden of the spaghetti world.
Yeah. You
You get your all. They've got your all you can eat platters or whatever and
Right.
stuff like that for for cheap. Is what it is.
Large
Yeah.
ravioli
Spaghetti
stuffed
factory.
with savory crab meat and ricotta cheese topped with a rich pesto.
My thing is the false advertising. You ain't making no fucking spaghetti there. The truck that Cisco delivers that fucking pasta.
It's all dry out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Eat it.
the Spaghetti Factory was in the beginning of large family
Yeah.
eateries.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
weren't that many around. I
Yeah.
thought they had gone bankrupt a long time ago. I'm sorry.
They probably do.
Apparently not. They got a deal.
It's probably what the company that owns, because the same company owns the Red Lobster, the Olive Garden, and something else.
Yeah.
Maybe they bought Spaghetti Factory.
I don't know if they're part of the Landry Group and it's hard. Hey, best of luck to them downtown Medford. Everybody's going to be all excited for about a month, and then some asshole's going to make a post that they spent $30 on a plate of spaghetti and it was horrible.
Yeah. Well, you look at the Quacker Barrel, that duck place. Yeah.
Is it still there?
No, it's gone. It's,
The
I mean, the
Cracker-
building's there. Yeah, it was the big fucking, the Cracker Barrel's coming to Medford on the
you
south
kidding
side.
me?
No, I drove by there a week or so ago, and it was fucking shut down,
Wow, that was only there for like 2 years.
if not. Yeah, and I don't know who knows the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I've been to one and
Never
I'm
been.
not a big fan.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking
Southern-
comfort
in
food.
the South. That's the only place I've ever had.
Yeah.
I went to one in Texas the first time, and I'm like,
Yeah,
It's like
I
a
think I did one in
Denny's. It's like
Colorado.
a Denny's of the South.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Denny's, we have no longer have.
I
Denny's.
know.
Denny's is shut down here.
That was good for midnight fucking drunk food.
Yeah.
Nachos at fucking 2 a.m.
Yeah.
The other one that shut down the hamburger joint up there is now
Burger King. Oh no, Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Well, that's at Starbucks now.
Well, Dusen Family Holdings LLC
Ooh.
owns
Oh, Germans.
The
Old
Doozies.
They made Bergs too.
Dussin. Could be Dussin,
No,
but it's not the way I'm going to pronounce it.
no,
But
we're
apparently they
Doosan.
own
Once it
spaghetti.
said Doosan, you can't change
Yeah, I
it.
can't go back.
Yeah, no takebacks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
The restaurant business is tough.
Yeah.
Well, if you own the right one, apparently it's not.
Yeah. What?
Anyway, yeah, there.
It's hard to tell what's the right one and what's the wrong one. I mean,
Well, my thing with because they those chains like that, especially the groups that own multiple multinational chains, whatever. They have such big purchasing power that they get the ingredients or whatever their freeze dried food for
Right.
dirt cheap.
right.
But so I can see that if you've got a bunch of spaghetti factories in Southern Oregon, because you've got one truck that comes up, drops off all their fucking packets of stuff that they throw in the sous vide and reheat and
Right,
fucking-
right.
But if there's only one,
Well, there's the one here. There's one in
unless they get the
Hillsborough,
same
one in
deal
Portland.
with Cisco that the rest of the chain gets or whoever does their food thing. But
I'm
I
sure
guarantee
they
you
do.
they're doing like Applebee's. It's just freaking packets of pre-made food that they put in the roaster oven or whatever. And
Papa T went to the National Food.
up there at Seven Feathers.
Was it a 7?
They do well. McDonald's food whatever food warehouse or whatever wholesalers.
Yeah.
They do a big one every year up at Seven Feathers.
Okay.
And I've been to that one, and it's
Yeah.
fucking. They got some good shit. I mean, it's all the same thing. There's a lot of vendors that have all that pre-made.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying. This was just a week or two ago when we were talking.
Yeah, that's the one.
I went to the food show and he goes, everything comes in a bag.
Yep.
You throw it in the hot water, done. You
Yep.
don't have to mix shit no more. You don't have to cook shit no more. You just heat and serve.
Yeah, that's why you go to places like Grumpy's and Rockaway.
Right. You get
you
into
get a
the
real
mom and pop
fucking deal.
stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the lack of labor,
Yeah.
the quality of labor, because the ones that do show up to work are not happy when they do show up, and
most,
so you're
and
getting
most of them can't boil water anyway.
well, yeah, but so now you've got at least a level of consistency,
Yeah.
and you can have one guy.
Yeah, either it's undercooked or overcooked.
Yeah.
You know,
You can have the same guy make fettuccine that makes the fucking corn dogs,
Right,
Because
right.
it's the same water bath.
same guy.
Now at McDonald's, you can't just take a fry guy and put him on the grill.
No, God.
No,
you got
I mean you were
training.
there. You were
I
there.
was
You got
yeah.
a week of fucking getting signed off.
That's right. Yeah, you got to remember how shit goes.
yeah.
When you put the condiments on, there's a process.
And yeah, is it one click or two?
Yeah, it's one click. It's
If you do it 1.5, you fucked up the next guy's
like
burger.
on a hamburger, it's a click of mustard, a click of ketchup,
Pickle and some onions.
and pickle. Actually, you put the onions on first, then the pickle.
Oh, how
Yeah, don't
So you
get that
want-
wrong.
Yeah,
don't
you
get
want to
that
put
back.
you got to put the dehydrated nasty ass onions.
Well, because they'll pull
the
moisture.
ketchup, and then the pickle on top
yeah,
of it, then
they
it's
pull the
burger.
moisture from the ketchup to rehydrate a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's
A little bit.
there's a guy in a fucking white jacket and some fucking pocket protectors.
Yeah.
Coming up with that shit, making billions
Yeah.
a year for McDonald's to come up with the orientation of what
Yeah,
goes where.
those are the nastiest onions. I mean, I don't like onions. Period.
I love onions. I like onions, not McDonald's onions.
Yeah, those they came in a freeze dried bag.
5 pounds.
Yeah, probably.
Because 5 pounds of freeze dried onion is this fucking big.
Yeah, it was and we had these.
There's
we had
no
these,
moisture in 'em.
These double containers. One was a sifter, and it was a I don't know, a number 12 size pot with a sifter in it. 2-part, and you dump them in there. You put the water in there, and they go. Brrr, you throw them in the reefer.
It's kind of like those Asian rice noodles that as soon as they hit the moisture, they go poof.
Yeah.
yeah.
Same idea.
shrimp chips.
Shrimp chips. Yeah, shrimp chips too. Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Well, down in
Gotta
the
be hot
Bay
oil.
Area, there is a Costco that I wish there was more.
Oh, we got one too. There is more Costco's. There's lots of Roseburg and Medford are the closest ones.
Those are not these are for restaurants.
Oh yeah, we got one of those.
Costco with no T. It's Costco.
No. It's Costco, but that's where when we do
Your Lions Club shit.
the Lions Club shit for we do burgers and stuff.
Yeah.
This is where a restaurant would go. They have restaurant equipment. You want
Hack and save kind of
heaters and
thing.
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we got one of those in Medford.
Yeah.
You can go there.
Yeah, the
Cash and
cash and
carry.
carry. Whatever.
Well, it's not even called-
US Foods now or something like Foods and
cash and
something.
carry.
Like
You can go in there and buy if you want to buy a fucking
There's a place in the south end of town.
an 80-pound hunk of meat.
That chunk of thing.
You can buy one.
Yeah.
You can get that at this Costco
Roast bear.
in Hayward,
Yeah.
California.
Really?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have to go to Hayward. You can go right here to Medford.
It's a shorter drive, Bob.
Yeah, but I know what he's talking about. I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's a restaurant supply with food.
Industrial.
It's for the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get napkins by the.
Yeah.
the
Same
time.
thing. Same thing.
That's
over
what cash and
there in
carry. Yeah,
Medford.
because I go to cash and carry for Steam. Well, I used to. We're getting most stuff delivered now, but I would go to cash and carry. I used to. I haven't done it in a while. And yeah, get the fucking giant 40-pound thing of fucking meat for $2.75 a pound,
Yeah.
and then separate it out, seal them, throw it in the freezer.
Yep.
Shit like that.
I did that last year. I bought a big
Dude, you can get
tri-tip. I mean, huge
tri-tip thing for it's like 3 cents a pound.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Peeled or unpeeled, depending what you want. You know,
Yeah.
you pay an extra buck for peeled.
Yeah, anything
Which
that
is
you can
worth
get in a restaurant here in town,
Depends what you want to do with it.
you could
I'll
go
throw the
to-
unpeeled on a grill. This is how I learned it, and not to interrupt you, but I did. So
You did.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
So but you take the unpeeled.
No,
on
you
a-
mean unpeeled? Are you talking
That
about?
thick
Are
layer
you
of
taking
fat.
the vein out?
No,
and-
that thick
the
layer of
silver
fat.
skin.
That
Oh,
thick
you're
layer-
calling that the peel?
Well, but it's also got
I call
that thick
that
layer
delicious.
of fat. So yeah, so what I do is I'll take it and you put it fat side up.
Cap side.
No, cap side down. But beforehand, you slice it all around and put just whole garlic cloves all over it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just cook it fat side down on the barbecue 100% until it comes up to temperature. Don't flip it, nothing.
Yeah.
And then pull it off, and that's going to look nasty and fucking thing, and you scrape that off, and it's cooked perfectly fucking every time.
Yeah.
It's called the Costco Business Center.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you
They
can buy
have a few of them.
You can buy probably Trojans and lube.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah.
Oh,
let me jump off. Get
Michael
some,
softballs.
let me jump off the call and get coffee real quick before I got to get. Yeah.
Oh
I said
shit!
that. I wanted to say. I was talking about it last week too, but I kept forgetting.
Well, don't forget about the lube.
So we're going to hear about Diddy.
Pete, yeah, the Diddy.
The Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dirty Diddy.
There was
was
somebody
something-
that said something about all the lube that he had, and somebody went to Costco or because that's what the guy said. Well, they got it at Costco. It's right over there. He went over there to find it, and they don't carry that kind of lube.
Okay.
They carry like 2 different kinds of lube. And that,
Well, he had it shipped in because he had money.
yeah, but the fucking lawyer said, "Oh, I just got it over there at Costco. That's why he had so many
yeah.
of them."
Well, it's interesting because this
Yeah, or 7-Eleven.
ABC, either tonight or sometime this week on one of their news shows, they've got they were ready for P. Diddy because they're going to have,
Did they have lube in hand?
I don't know, they got the whole one whole session of some news thing about P. Diddy this week
Yeah.
sometime on ABC.
All
So
it
anyway,
is,
so
all
yeah.
it is, real quick, is
So-
a distraction of what's going on
Oh
in
yeah,
the world.
absolutely it is. So what? But so the thing with P. Diddy with his 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil that they found in his house.
Yeah.
And that's not the weird part. The weird part.
Okay.
The weird part
please.
is his attorney's justification for it was
Found it at Costco.
was like, he's like, most Americans, you buy in bulk, you save money. And I'm like, okay, buying in bulk is getting the 48 pack of toilet paper. You get 1,000. Nobody sells you a box of 1,000 of anything.
No.
Let alone lube and frickin' baby oil, unless you're stocking your fucking porn store.
You should have got one of those 55-gallon drums with the hand pump on the,
The big
top of
frickin'
it.
ka-chunk, 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 or the
Right,
hand
right,
crank,
right,
yeah.
right.
The fuel transfer pumps.
Well,
Yes.
if you want to equate that to how much toilet paper you need a semi full of toilet paper.
Yeah, if he's going to that scale. But
Yeah.
but I get it. Maybe his house has got 15 bathrooms and he wants baby oil in each one, and you
Right.
got to restock.
Well, as we have found out that it wasn't just plain old Johnson and Johnson baby oil.
No,
it had freaking drugs in it.
Super lube or something.
Yeah,
he put freaking Molly and shit in it.
And there's a thing. Bieber came out and said that he was molested or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, everybody's gonna jump on the back.
Well,
and horrible if he was.
It was, but he also needs
Bieber was
Justin
molested
Bieber.
by
Well,
P.
he
Diddy?
didn't say that in the news thing. It just basically said that, I hope nobody else had to go through what I had to go through. But yeah, apparently at the time he was like, "This is the best shit ever," because he was 15 and getting all kind of freaking chicks.
Right. And guess what?
And
it should have never happened to him, and it's horrible, but it made him a multi-millionaire.
He also
go get counseling.
He has also not been relevant for quite a while and needs to get his name back out there. I think, so that helps.
Yeah, he's gonna pop out a new song against him or something, and everybody will love him, and maybe him and Taylor will do things together.
Okay, 10 hours ago on Fox News, so it's legitimate.
Oh, it's true.
Sure it is.
Justin Bieber skyrocketed to fame as a young age after mega manager Scooter Braun. Okay, if you got a manager named Scooter,
you got issues.
and unless you're on Caddyshack, then you can be Scooter. Scooter Braun stumbled upon YouTube clips of Canadian crooner in 2008 and insisted he fly out to Atlanta to meet and collaborate with Usher. Following the 2010 release of his debut studio album, yada, 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 when he was just 16 years old, Bieber instantly became one of the most in-demand artists alive with the album earning yada, yada, yada. Of the myriad of industry connections, Bieber began an elusive friendship with Sean Diddy Combs, a relationship that has only recently been picked up on with a fine-tooth comb as fan speculation peaks about Diddy's interest in the baby singer weeks after the disgraced music mogul's arrest, yada, yada.
Yeah, there's not. This dude has no chance because everybody's gonna say,
"Oh fuck yeah,
that motherfucker fucked me." And what's P Diddy gonna go? No, I didn't. Yeah. There's no defense because you did.
I mean, he can keep saying no all he wants.
Yeah,
that doesn't matter.
No, doesn't matter. It's definitely he will end up broke.
Him and R. Kelly can sit in a cell together.
Yeah.
And discuss where did they go wrong.
Oh, count the ways, Bob. I mean, it is.
Damn, I wish I hadn't had that boner.
Yeah.
So it says here,
if I had more lube.
One clip shared on Bieber's YouTube channel in November of 2009, Diddy showed the youngster a Lamborghini he planned to bestow on Bieber once he turned 16. He's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy, Combs said. They're having the times of their lives, like where we were hanging out and what we were doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He had titties all up in his face.
Yeah. Huh? As long as it wasn't Diddy's.
It might have been
Diddy's junk up in his face.
It could have been Diddy's titties.
It could have been Diddy.
No, he was on the other side, I'm sure. Diddy added, I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher, and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. He did Usher's first album. Let's go get some girls, Bieber told Combs when he asked what he wanted to do.
Let's go get us some girls.
Yeah.
So apparently, how fucked up are Bieber's...
Yeah, you're all fucked up.
We're going to cuddle up with Bob over here.
Yeah.
Our Bieber's parents would say, hey, go hang out with this dude in Atlanta.
They're getting paid.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, look at all the people that gave over Michael Jackson their kids.
Yeah.
What do you mean he's been arrested for fucking child diddling and... Oh, yeah, go have a sleepover. Okay.
Speaking of Michael Jackson,
he's dead.
Corey, yes, very much. He stopped breathing.
Yes.
With propofol. Corey Feldman, have you ever watched any of his weird shit?
No.
You know who Corey Feldman is?
Yeah.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
No, that's Corey Harms. different Corey.
Corey
Feldman was on
Goonies and all that.
Goonies and Stand By Me.
Yeah,
he was a childhood actor, and he was blamed, or they're saying that Michael and him were best friends, and there was things, but he come out against Hollywood.
Yeah.
That there was, the Cousting couch.
He was one of the first ones to come out about that.
And everybody's like going, no, bullshit. You're just a liar. We don't believe you. And now it's really coming out. But he kind of went fucking wackadoodle. Now he's just, pull up his shit.
He's got fucking music group and all this shit.
Yeah, and they are horrible. And I hope this hits the airwaves that someone hears this, but he just does some weird shit, and he does not sing well.
Yeah, but he's going out of his name. He needs something to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's making him money.
Yeah, well, his boyfriend, the other Corey, killed himself, so...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there was...
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim.
Yeah, because it was Corey Feldman and Corey Haim were like the brat pack of the male
Right. And there was
boy
that whole
actors.
brat pack. Yeah, there's a lot of them involved with them, and they're all. And another actor that is kind of like lost in translation, and I see him doing TikToks, is the dude from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
He's doing some weird shit like reenacting of Napoleon, and because he didn't get paid.
And
Hugely grossy movie with a $50,000 budget on it or something.
Following too.
Yeah, and now he's doing TikTok videos and.
Well, because that's the only thing he was typecast. I mean, that's the definition of typecast. You were Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
That's all you're ever getting cast as. You're doing birthday parties and
someone
shit.
Needs to do Napoleon Dynamite number 2.0 or something and bring back those guys and do the same thing.
Same exact thing.
You know how much more money they would
make? But you figured that cast, now Napoleon Dynamite was the main guy, but you figured there was so many other, his weird ass brother that freaking hooked up with LaFonda. And the uncle that fucking peaked in high school as a quarterback and wanted to relive that out of his van. Rico. Yeah, Uncle Rico. And then Pedro. Vote for Pedro. All four of them were equally, I think, as important. You take any one of those away and that movie's nothing.
Yeah. So they should redo that to what are you doing in 2024? What happened to Uncle Rico? Did he molest an alligator in
exactly.
in Oklahoma?
What's the name of the movie?
Napoleon Dynamite. You've never seen Napoleon Dynamite? Oh, if you want to waste 3 hours of your life and not get it back, that is the movie to watch.
It's a generational thing.
It's done in the 90s.
Yeah, it's a cult classic.
It's like Goonies. If you haven't seen it, you don't give a fuck.
Exactly. But if you have...
I like Goonies.
Well, because you've seen it.
Different generation.
Yeah.
Talking about.
Yeah, people that haven't seen it, that are not our generation, are like...
Yeah, so Napoleon Dynamite was kind of like the... and I'm going to offend the fuck out of Roy right now. It's kind of like the... what's those movies that you like with the
Monty Python?
Yes, Monty Python. It was kind of Monty Python, but not as funny.
Yeah. Why would that offend me?
Because you love Monty Python, and...
Yeah. So they're not as good.
No, they're definitely not as good.
So,
but you got to be like really stoned to watch Monty Python too.
You don't have to.
Try to watch it sober. I tried to do it here a couple months ago, and I'm watching it. I'm like, this is funny. But if I was stoned, and then you got to turn around and hit me.
Yeah, well, because you fucking deserve it. I got it, by the way.
But I could see that if you were like really stoned watching Monty Python, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I've never done that. So.
Oh, see, no, you got to try that.
It makes me sick, man. It makes me sick.
Well, don't do something.
I'm allergic to it because of all the pot I smoked in the 80s. Made me allergic.
That was just weed, though. Then.
Yeah, it was just weed. No, we every now and then we got some really good shit. I mean, I stole it from my parents, but it was really good.
Really good shit.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of it.
There wasn't a lot of it, no.
But no, Bob. Yeah, waste a couple hours of your life and watch Napoleon Dynamite, and you're gonna be pissed at me because you're sitting there watching it.
So the mayor of
I've wasted more than a couple of weeks and years in various marriages. Okay, I'm not looking to waste more of my life.
Yeah. If you got nothing going on, then
see when you get closer to this end of it, you don't want to fucking.
You don't fuck around with time.
That's true.
So 3 hours is a lot of time.
So also in Yahoo News, the mayor of a Mexican city plagued by gang violence, which is just in
Mexico.
Has been murdered less than a week after taking office.
Imagine that.
I'm like, you're not getting anybody to fucking run for office now. That's all you got to do. Just keep cutting heads off of motherfuckers. And
the cartel.
So photos circulated online showed what appeared to be the severed head of Alejandro Arcos on the top of a pickup truck, and the rest of his body inside a car. Couldn't have put them in the same vehicle. You got to. Yeah. It's like zombies. You got to separate the things, otherwise they grow back together.
Right. Or they still bite you if you don't kill it.
Or Domino Snowman or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess if you got elected as the mayor, where's your protection at?
Oh, they had a budget for that. They all work for the fucking cartel. They were probably the ones to decapitate him.
That's why his head was in a Chrysler 300 and his body was in a Ford Tempo.
Yeah.
You just staring
Fucking Todd. I don't usually
you have said hi to Todd in a long time.
Yeah, well, because I don't sit on his side.
Fucking Todd's eyeballing you.
He is.
But no, that's too bad that dude died. He should have hired the cartel.
Yeah, he should have just taken the fucking money.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how you
and-
survive
and-
as a Mexican. Any Mexican politician is there longer than a month, he's getting paid.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you know.
He's got-
Is he corrupt? Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah.
But what else is going on? We got the election coming up here in less than
That's in a month. Yeah, some odd days.
26
Month,
days,
20,
25 days now.
I checked our ballots are at home, so since I got to go down Monday,
Bob, you don't have to. You don't have to vote. You really don't.
Yes, I do.
Because I know you're going to vote for somebody that's really going to fucking destroy the world. But you go ahead and do you.
I've had a vote ever since I got off the boat as an
Yeah.
11-year-old, and
But can we just look at?
How old were you
can
when
we
you got
look
off the
at
boat?
Policy.
11.
You could vote then.
No.
Well,
I'm like, wow.
yeah, just. Oh, I think we live in a democracy, right?
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, hopefully it stays that way.
Shit.
Is
Well,
it really
you-
a democracy though?
No, not according to this election. It's not. It had nothing to do with democracy for this election.
Well, I think our government processes in general are decided by the few.
Yeah, we're a republic, but
Yeah.
Since we've gotten to this topic,
let's go. Ding ding.
what would
That's
you
a wrong
say?
ding.
Take the last, I don't know, dozen Trump speeches at rallies,
Yeah.
and you get the same verbiage, and let's say Biden hadn't dropped out, and Biden was giving exactly those words, the same thing. You'd be all over that the guy is senile and he's out of his mind, he can't keep a track. But now that Trump is doing it, it's okay.
What's he doing?
Nothing. He's
Well, I
just
mean,
talking
that-
about
if you-
dogs and
I haven't paid attention. I don't watch
Yeah.
the news. So.
I mean, he just rambles. I mean, what he's done, he's a stand-up politician. He gets an hour's worth or an hour and a half.
Sure.
And he just
82
rambles
minutes
about
is his
shit.
average now. It used to be, 45 minutes used to be his average speech.
Yeah,
Now
a lot of
it's
people go and
82.
see him. They want to hear it.
But it's the same old thing.
Yeah.
There's no
Well,
policy involved.
There's a lot of policy if you sit there and listen to it. The rally, a rally is to pump people up.
Yeah, it's not supposed to really-
you're just there to get people to listen to your bullshit. But if you listen to the 86 sit downs that he's had with people, and listen to his policies, it makes a lot of sense. Versus the 46 or 40 that Harris has had, that they keep on asking her the same questions, and she does not give any answers to it.
Neither of
So
them
there's bullshit. Trump has laid out what he's going to do, how he's going to do it.
It's called Project 2025.
Oh my God, are we going off fucking that again?
Why is it there then?
He has nothing to do with it.
Oh, bullshit.
What
140 of his people have built that thing.
It's not his people.
They were in his commission.
So
in
if
his,
he stood up in front of the American people and says, I have nothing to do with Project 25, and you still don't believe him?
I don't believe a thing he says.
So you believe what Kamala's saying?
I didn't say that.
Well, then who are you going to vote?
Quit switching shit around.
Well, you're blaming one person,
Because I can.
but blame the other person too for not doing a fucking thing. She missed opportunity a week ago when fucking Eileen or Helene hit North Carolina. What did she do? Not a fucking thing. What did Biden do? Not a fucking thing.
What is she supposed to do?
She is acting as the fucking president of the United States, going out there. Watch her.
He sent, I'm talking about Biden.
Biden, okay.
Sent, and this is what Trump said. They haven't talked to anybody. They haven't done anything.
They
He
sent-
talked to the governor Kemp right off the bat, and Kemp said so. He didn't say what Trump said. You
What-
got to get off Fox News.
I did get off Fox News, and fucking Biden didn't do shit. He
said
was
all
sitting
that-
on the fucking beach. He wasn't in the Oval Office. He wasn't being presidential. And you go, oh, I
He
talked to
sent all
Kemp for
kinds of
2
FEMA
hours.
And for,
FEMA, there's no money in FEMA.
I wonder why. Because maybe Trump sent 40-some billion.
Really?
away.
You need to get off fucking MSNBC
I'm not
or
on it.
PBS or whatever you're watching. How much did what's the latest country that got bombed? Libya. How many millions and millions of dollars did they send to Libya yesterday?
Libya?
Libya got bombed?
Not Libya, but
you go.
the other fucking place that getting bombed over there, Lebanon. It starts with an L. Lebanon.
They're
How many?
cousins. They're cousins.
Yeah, it was like 180 million.
Okay.
That Kamala stood up there and goes, after I'm going to give $750 a person, which is not going to do shit for anybody, but they just sent $100 and some odd million to Lebanon because they don't have any water, they don't have any housing, they don't have anything. So let's give them all our fucking money. Guess what? That's my fucking money. That's your fucking money.
That's right.
I'd rather give my fucking money to the assholes in North Carolina, Florida, Georgia.
What do they say about volume? He who speaks the loudest.
No, turn my volume down then. I'll speak fucking loud. Because I'm sick and fucking tired of you guys standing by thinking it's okay to feed everybody else in this fucking world except for the people in the United States. That's what it's about. The motherfuckers here in this country.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, motherfucking hot chocolate. That's right. Vote for fucking Kamala Harris, and guess what? I'm fucking out of here. I'm selling everything I got, and I'm fucking out of here.
Florida?
No, it will not be in the United States of America because I will have nothing left. You guys are safe. You guys are good.
Why are we?
Welcome to fucking capitalism. You guys are safe.
Why are we safe
And you aren't?
Where do you think your fucking money comes from, boys? It comes from the hardworking Republicans that own companies that do shit.
It's all the Republicans. Not one Democrat owns anything.
Well, they can give their fucking money away then. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. I bet in 4 years, if Trump is elected, if he's elected, we will be much better. It's proven fact. It is a proven fact.
Well,
Where we are today, we're where we were 4 years ago.
How about 3.5 years? Because the first year was kind of a fuck up.
Well, I bet because it was Trump's fault, because it was a fuck up.
Yeah.
Because he allowed COVID to come in.
Yeah, he should.
Chinese.
Yeah,
should
fucking
have.
Chinese.
Yeah.
You know one thing
And
funny
who
though?
the fuck brought it in here?
The Chinese. Garen
It's
did.
my fault. I'll
Garen
fucking
went to
shoulder it.
Wuhan.
Aaron
Yeah.
went to you.
He went to Wang
Absolutely.
Chung. He went to Wang Chung.
Brought it back.
You know, I was
He
listening to
got a
something.
phone call. Why did you bring this shit back?
I shouldn't have. My fault. Absolutely my
Shouldn't
fault.
have answered the phone.
Shouldn't have? No. Should have
you were-
stayed. Should have fucking stayed there is what I should have done.
Should have not have bought that bat from a wet market.
Yeah, ate it like a fucking chicken.
Kind of bony though, aren't they?
A little bit. You got.
I don't think they're very lean. I think they're very
Yeah,
lean.
very
animal.
lean.
I mean, they're like a rat, right? A rat with wings. I don't think there's a lot of fat on rats. Fat on rats?
No, not a lot.
Oh, they're very lean.
Very lean. Mice, maybe.
The
they
laboratory mice?
Yeah.
There must be meat on them because people used to eat them.
Well, they still eat them.
Rats.
Well, sure.
I don't know how much.
You get one
meat
of those
get off.
Norwegian rats in the cities, the big wharf rats.
Oh,
There's
those
a lot
fuckers.
of fucking things.
Those aren't rats. Those
Those
are
are
dogs.
they're like size of. They're bigger
Well,
than
like
goddamn
the
Chihuahua.
what is those fucking they're like a giant rat that live in like the bayous and stuff like that.
Nutria.
Nutrients,
Oh,
nutrients. Those are supposed to be
yeah.
fucking good eating.
Tacos?
Well, according to the guy in fucking New Orleans,
Ireland.
down in the swamp, that he's
Well, they're making Creole out of it.
well, that's true. You season anything enough, it'll fucking.
Yeah.
If you put enough hot sauce on it.
Well, but realistically, isn't that basically
Joey's.
all meat for the most part?
Yeah.
You're doing it for texture. You're not doing it for much
Right.
flavor because you're adding a bunch of shit to it.
Yeah.
Like in gumbo or jambalaya or something. You
All
can't
those
tell what the
things,
fuck-
yeah.
Is that alligator or is it nutria?
Yeah,
Well,
you
don't know.
can tell.
White meat
It's
would
the
be
same thing
alligator.
with the French. I mean, all that cuisine it was to hide the fact that they had shitty meat, so they added a lot of other crap.
Well, that's why
Right.
mustard was invented, to make the taste of rotting meat go away. And perfume is the stinky body. So, yeah. The French helped us out a lot.
Yeah, that's why there's French's mustard.
Oh, I never got that.
I just make it.
I only do Dijon, so I don't know. I don't do the yellow mustard. I'm not a fan of yellow mustard.
French, no.
Oh yeah, Grey Poupon.
Yeah, your Bentley or whatever the hell he was driving.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, okay. What else is going on?
Oh, so back to Wuhan. So I was listening.
Okay, I've been there.
I was listening to. Went on to because the COVID thing it came up.
Wuhan had a Chinese submarine sank there in Wuhan.
Is
It just was tied up and it went. down.
Somebody opened a door.
They must have.
The rats ate through the.
Yeah, the nutria ate.
The nutria
I
ate through
don't
the.
recall being much water around there when I was there, but it was.
Is
dark.
it a
Well, you
coastal
were there at
city?
night. Did you get to the airport? Did you?
We went to the airport.
Is it
Yeah.
is it a coastal city?
I'm not sure.
I don't
think
think
I mean,
so.
if there's a submarine, are they in a river?
Yeah, I think it was a river.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
Maybe that was the smuggling.
Wuhan.
Submarines
Yeah.
are supposed to sink, though. Is that
Yeah,
a bad thing?
They're pretty inland, so I don't know. They're sneaky people. Anyways, you're talking about Wuhan.
Oh yeah, so I was listening to somebody.
China's newest nuclear submarine, the
It's now the oldest.
The SS Wuhan.
Yeah.
class vessel sank at the Wuchang shipyard in Wuhan earlier this year.
Oh
They got a
yeah,
whole-
there was some shit there.
So they've got a shipyard in
submarine
Wuhan,
was
but no
Yeah.
ocean.
They probably got a lock or something, or they got a
A
Called
canal,
a dock.
a dock.
dock to the canal to the ocean.
Well, let's get the Wuhan map.
Because it's probably on the Red China Sea.
Yeah, but they were talking about how how our government and Fauci were so adamant about not legitimizing the lab leak theory and all this kind of stuff, and they said that
Absolutely could not have happened.
Yeah, but then once they dug in and looked at
They
the
went,
actual,
"Oh,
they looked
fuck."
at the actual virus that came over here.
Holy fuck!
And it was actually a hybrid of multiple viruses that could not have originated in an animal, is what they've determined.
That was a long way.
That
to
is
get
a
to
long
the
river.
Fucking river. Yeah.
And apparently, the Wuhan wet market didn't even have bats at it.
Yeah.
hadn't had for years.
So they proved that it actually was leaked out that they were fucking around with these viruses.
it was proved. Well, there is evidence. I won't say anything has been proved because nobody will admit.
Yeah,
to
no
it.
one's gonna admit to it,
But
right.
there was apparently evidence that shows that the virus that came to us could not have originated
in
nature because it was a hybrid from
So-
different regions, and bats apparently don't.
So why
Travel.
what would make someone as a human being, an animal, go, I want to fuck around with this strain of bullshit, and I'm going to mix it with this strain of bullshit,
the excuse
and
was
see how many people I can kill.
No, the excuse was that they do shit like that to then come up with answers in case it does jump from animal to human. But the problem with that is there has never been an issue with that
Yeah.
virus jumping to human. So
Right.
why would they go through all that? And so
Obviously, they made something that they didn't have a virus for, cure.
or is it something to create a biological
warfare.
warfare
Well,
kind
I
of-
mean, that's what anthrax was involved
Yeah.
with, mustard gas.
syphilis?
so-
They wanted to get rid of the black folks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That
it
is
was.
gone on. That was out of 3 Mile Island, not 3 Mile Island, but
3 Mile Island, yeah.
was it 3 Mile
No.
Island? Okay.
That was the nuclear shit.
That was a nuclear shit.
Yeah, well, it was
they probably
nuclear.
got syphilis
it was,
on there.
It was nuclear syphilis.
What they ended up doing is killing fucking Al Capone
Well, because he was fucking a lot
Well, what's his name?
in
died?
prison.
in prison.
Idi Amin. He died of syphilis.
There's
I'm
a lot
sure.
of them that died. I mean, syphilis is curable if you.
Idi Amin, president for life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not that for life.
Yeah.
However
Till-
short it was.
Till his dick fell off.
Well, it was president for life.
He was, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He but from what I understand, that's where the term bigwigs came from.
Bigwigs.
From syphilis?
Yes.
So they put
Direct result from syphilis, because back in the day over in Europe and all that kind of stuff, back in the old the old days, the old Revolutionary War, things like that,
shave their junk.
well, no, you would get syphilis. People would get syphilis, and they would get their hair would fall out. They would get these wigs.
Oh.
And the more money you had, the bigger,
bigger-
bolder wig you could
That means
get.
that you had really
so
good
yeah, so
syphilis.
a big wig was the big wig
Yeah.
meant that you had money and status, and
Okay.
you were upper echelon.
Then
All right.
turned into black to bear hat.
Yeah.
For the,
Look how much hair I have. Not the big wig.
Not a big wig.
Not a big wig.
so we
but,
don't know if you have syphilis or
so, but not syphilis. We don't know about. But yeah, the wig is not
I don't
evident.
think I got it. I've had some other shit, but I've never had syphilis.
Never had that one. Yeah.
You're not a true sailor unless you've been
non-
taking a cycle of penicillin.
Non-gonical urethritis.
I guess I was never a sailor then.
Well, you just didn't go to those wonderful places that I
yeah,
have. But I'm trying to think what else is going on in the world. Other than, it's just all fucked up. I apologize. It's all fucked up. The world is fucked up.
Yeah, there was some more news stuff I was going to pull up too.
Not all of it, though.
Not a, where am I going?
How is your life right now, at this very moment, fucked up? You're doing a pretty good job. Life's pretty good for you.
No, I am very blessed.
Okay.
I am blessed. I have a loving family. I have assets. I have things, but I have not added to my portfolio in 3.5 years because I had to take all my assets that I had to live this 3.5 years. So I'm going to get right back into. I'm going to calm down a little bit. And on Miss Harris, on our vice president.
On her administration, I like that about Vance. He's going, no, the Harris administration. It's like,
well, because
she's a fucking vice president.
Right,
She's got no goddamn power.
She doesn't have power, but that's funny because when Joe Biden was up there and he short-stopped her on the little when he walked into the Roosevelt room where they do the press conferences and stuff. First time he's ever walked in there in 3.5 years. He grandstanded her because she was in Pennsylvania getting ready to go down to North Carolina. He grandstanded her and went on TV and says, we are on the same song sheet. We talk to each other. It is Harris that was involved that made this, that helped do the bill writing. He completely put her on Main Street, saying that she was involved in everything. Not the best speech that he can make, other than he just put her, this is why we are here. But believe it or not, that's up to you guys to figure that shit out. But on her agenda, she wants to give everybody $25,000 to buy a home. She said that. She wants to tax the wealthy. I almost saved a video to share, but I didn't want to go too hot chocolate on this. But if you look at the tax breakdown, which is all there, the most wealthiest people.
If they change the tax thing, then you'd be all for it.
If it's the rules, then that's the rules.
Okay, all right. So,
but if you're going to tax me more, I'm not going to like it.
Not you.
Why not me?
Why you?
They're going to tax me more.
Are they?
They're going to tax you more. They're going to tax you more. Top 10% of wealthiest people in the world paid 90% of the taxes. It's proven fact.
World, this country.
In the country.
Okay.
Top 10% wealthiest people pay 90% of the taxes. Corporations and the individuals. I'm going to find that video and it's in. I want to fact check it, but she wants to, and it all sounds fine and great when you want to. She says that she wants to give more money back to the middle class and yada 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 yada, and. Okay, and she wants to give a hand up, not a helping hand out, to people that want to buy their first home. They get $25,000 to buy their first home as a
I don't know
credit.
anything about this.
Well,
but was it just giving flat out, or was it in like a loan, a government-backed loan?
yeah,
I don't think there was ever any real details on it.
No, because she has not explained it. She just said it. She hasn't explained what she wants to do. But if you're a non-homeowner. And you get $25,000. I want my fucking $25,000. I want mine.
You already got a home.
Yeah. Well. So that makes me okay.
But what that does is just now I'm selling my home for $300,000. Now I'm gonna list it.
Yeah,
for
I'm gonna be homeless. I'm gonna go homeless.
I'm gonna list it for $325 now.
Yeah.
Because I know there's an extra $25,000 floating around there that's government backed. You know, that's why part of the reasons that
All right.
Basically, you want to cut off your nose and spite your face.
Yes.
Sell it.
Well, that's what everybody else is doing.
And live in this.
Well, it's a market. If the house is now, if somebody's willing to pay $325.
Oh, and well, since we're right back into this, 2 years ago, or no, was it 2 years ago that when the migration thing that we got going on at the border?
Yes.
That Jean Pierre.
He sounds French.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah, that's her.
That's the
press secretary.
Said
that FEMA was not. As of yesterday, when Peter Ducey asked her, Fox News asked her, your FEMA's all out of money, and because you gave it to the border, to the immigrants, the unhomed or whatever the hell they're to be uncountried, FEMA is giving them money. And she, in front of national television, in front of the American people, go, we did not give them any FEMA money. I told you it was unequivocally a lie. We never did that. Then it breaks into 2022 going, FEMA is giving blah, 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 blah out of her mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we lying about? I mean, stick with the lie. Die and lie with the lie. Die.
I don't know how that meant.
Yeah,
I don't know what you
lie and die. Lie and die with the lie.
Ride and die with the lie.
Yeah, the ride and die.
In July.
Yes. I got to find this, dude. It was very, very interesting.
Hurricane rumor response. Help keep yourself, your family, blah, blah, blah.
Put water in your toilet
Yeah,
and your bathtub.
Drink out of that.
Top
Yeah.
10% of earners bore responsibility for 76% of all income.
76%. Wow.
FEMA is blockading people in Florida, preventing evacuation.
Why?
That's the rumor.
Well, it needs to be fact checked then.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
I'm thinking Roy's got more to say.
This is
Yeah.
false. This is false.
Who says it's false?
FEMA.
Oh,
It says they're not blockading people in Florida and preventing evacuations. Does not control traffic flow or conduct traffic stops. Those are handled by local authorities. If you live in the west coast of Florida and the Florida Peninsula, take immediate action to
criminy.
protect yourself. Get the fuck out of there.
well, my thing is yeah, FEMA's not blocking anything. What's happening is people like Garen's Carney friend are waiting till the last minute. Then we're like, okay, now we'll all leave at once
Yeah.
on their 2-lane highway to get out of town, and they're wondering like, why can't we get out?
Yeah, why can't I get out of
Because
here?
there's 40,000 million of you retirees that moved down there to frickin' to live out your days and decide,
Southern New York.
yeah, we're gonna get out of town the last minute instead of saying, and that's what I understand. They're like, oh, the hurricane. This. I'm like, okay, when an earthquake, California, when an earthquake happens, you got zero notification.
Right.
Your house starts moving, but hurricane, like you knew 2 weeks ago this fucker was coming. Why are you now all of a sudden waiting for standing on the roof of your house going, when the government gonna come help me? Where
Yeah.
they at? Where's the National Guard? No, your ass shouldn't have been there.
Yep.
Get an aunt in frickin' Oklahoma to go hang out with or something.
For tornadoes.
For tornado, well, different time of year though. She comes down during tornado
Oh,
season.
there he is.
There it is. Huh?
Joe Pags.
I don't really know when tornado season is, so I could be wrong on that. But I'm thinking if you got somebody in Oklahoma and you live in Florida, you guys can just stay with each other during certain times of year.
Well, you want to leave while you can still leave reasonably,
Correct.
as opposed to in a 30-mile backup.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I must be on the. Sorry. It's on the. I'm still on the Bluetooth thing.
But I muted it on there so it,
okay.
it won't come across anymore. But yeah, it's there to me.
Okay, here
Hurricane
it is.
people don't. You got no
Trump
excuse.
falsely claims Biden used FEMA funds for migrants. It turns out he did.
Trump used it in 2022.
I don't know what the fuck year it was.
He's fucking awesome. He's amazing.
Well,
No,
there was
not in 2022. He was president then.
Well, that's how I think it's supposed to be getting at.
Yeah, but it happened beforehand, apparently. I heard
Who
that.
did?
I heard
And
that
Trump
yesterday.
and Trump used it for FEMA
Took FEMA money away.
to do what with?
That's what I'm trying to find here.
Okay.
Well, people are stupid. I remember like this is like 30, 40 years ago.
Bob, no truer words have come out of your mouth.
But like long time ago, a hurricane was going through Florida or was coming, and there was a bunch of people who rented a bunch of rooms in a motel for a hurricane watch. They all died.
Yeah. Well, they're stupid.
And
So they just sitting at the window watching? I mean, what was their?
this was like like a party or something, and it's just going to be strong wind, and we're going to see it, and the roof collapsed, and
Well, I can say that I know of people in Hawaii in 92, was it 91, 92, for when Hurricane Iniki came through, that there may have been some people that went down to a bar in Waikiki that had a hurricane party. I may have been involved in that, but but it also did not really hit our island. We just had a bunch of wind, but
it's like somebody saying that this is what I want nature to do, and it's going to do what I want it to do.
yeah.
Nature tells you, like, fuck you.
Okay.
Nature's kind of in charge.
All right,
Nature's kind of in charge.
Actually, I have something let's see how many minutes this thing is. It's only like 3 minutes. I think we could listen for 3 minutes.
Here's one. Trump falsely claims Biden used FEMA funds for migrants. Something Trump did himself.
But when did he do it?
What did he use it for?
Who
did he?
FEMA,
The wall.
shouldn't have taken it.
Was it for the wall or was it for? I mean, it doesn't matter if you used it. It's wrong, but you can't.
Okay, so-
rules for me, not for thee. I don't like that. Okay. This is bullshit. If Trump did something fucked up, then he needs to be called out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't continue to lie and say I did not do it when they did it, and you just
But
you
didn't just
spread the
Roy say
rhetoric.
he didn't do it?
Didn't I just say that?
That he didn't do it?
Well,
It
fact
was-
check.
I told you it was false.
Okay, but who says it was false?
Besides ABC News
Yes,
and FEMA,
definitely FEMA.
how
would be a
many
good.
how many falses do you need? You need Snopes?
No, I didn't. No, it's no.
Are they still even around?
Okay, are we on? Can
Yeah,
you
go
turn
ahead,
me
go
up?
ahead.
Can you
Yeah.
turn me up here a little
Yeah,
bit?
you're up.
Are we
It
gonna-
shows up on 60 Minutes tonight. They sent out a preview video. I want to play it for you. Do me a favor, stick through this, because after she says what she says, I will fact check and debunk it. And this way you'll have evidence to share with your friends, neighbors, and coworkers
And who's
when
this
they
on?
argue about how she's going to do all this stuff.
His name's,
Let's roll the
Joe
tape.
Pags.
We'll watch
And
it together.
he's on
and
what
again,
TV show?
afterwards,
He was
I'll
a
explain what she gets
broadcaster.
wrong.
My
Okay,
plan
so he's got his own little.
is about
Okay.
saying that when you invest in small
Listen to David
businesses,
Pakman.
you invest in the middle class and you strengthen America's economy. Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy.
But pardon me, Madam Vice President. The question was, how are you going to pay for it?
Well, one of the things is I'm going to make sure that the richest among us who can afford it pay their fair share in taxes. It is not right that teachers and nurses and firefighters are paying a higher tax rate than billionaires and the biggest corporations.
But-
I plan on making that fair.
But we're dealing with the real world here.
But the real world includes...
How are you going to get this through Congress?
You know, when you talk quietly with a lot of folks in Congress, they know exactly what I'm talking about because their constituents know exactly what I'm talking about. Their constituents are those firefighters and teachers and nurses.
All right, there's a lot there. So she wants to build an economy around small business. Fine. I like small business. Small business is not one of, it's the backbone of the economy. But then to pay for it, she's going to tax billionaires and millionaires and corporations more. Let's break that down. What I'm about to tell you is factually true. You can fact check me. The top 1% of wage earners in this country pays over 40% of all taxes. That means the other 60% is covered by 99%. 1% of all wage earners pays 40+% of all taxes. In fact, the top 10% of wage earners pays over 70% of all. It's either right before or right over 70%. So around 70% of all taxes. Again, 10% is paying 70. That means that 90% of us pay 30. She doesn't think they're paying enough. And this whole idea of taxing corporations more, corporations are made up of people. The people already are paying taxes. So in essence, those who run corporations are taxed personally, and the corporation is taxed again, another 21%. That's not going to fly. And then he asks her a very smart question. How are you going to get through Congress? Let's say she wins. Congress is going to at least have the House that's Republican and maybe the Senate. How is she going to get them to pass a tax increase just by waving a wand? Doesn't work that way. She says, well, they're quietly telling me. No, they're not. The people in Congress, those who are all on the right and even some on the left, are not going to vote for a tax increase. I've almost never in my life, maybe once, have I seen somebody so proud to run on the fact that she wants to raise taxes and take more of your money. Now, I've told you what's true. You can fact check me in the comments if you want, or use this video and educate your friends, family, and neighbors. Come on. Can't you really do it?
So we got some checking to do.
Okay, so can she
Well-
really do it? I don't know. But it's an idea.
Well, what I saw today on BBC News, that
The British Broadcasting Service.
Corporation.
the ones that don't,
That otherwise would be BBS
the
company.
Harris would probably increase the debt, Trump would significantly increase the debt.
He already has.
That-
Everybody.
well,
has.
yeah.
Everybody that gets into that increases.
How?
Yeah.
What is
For
their
the
basis
Clinton.
on the basis that she's gonna? I mean, every president increases it. Got it. What makes them think that Trump is going to?
Well, didn't he do it in his first term
Yes.
They all do it.
by $7 trillion or something like that?
No, the point was that while she would probably increase, they said based on the facts that Trump will significantly increase.
So his increase will be much greater than her increase.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to understand. I'm not arguing with you, but what makes them? Where's the egghead in the room that says we don't like him, and so we're going to say that he's going to increase our debt ceiling to?
Yeah, what are they basing it off of?
Yeah,
Has he
mean-
put out, because I haven't paid attention, and maybe I should, but has he put out specific policy expectations that make people think that what that's going to cause it?
For right now?
Yes.
I don't know that
Well, the
anything.
tariff-
Because to me, that's where they would get that data. Where, if they're just saying he would do it because that's what he did before, do you
Tariffs.
know of tariff? Okay, but if because I think a lot
Tariffs bring in money to the United States.
not really. If it stops, then like if I'm going to buy, like I did with my bottles,
Your
from China,
bottles, right?
I ended up having a 25% tariff on
Right.
those or whatever. So now if I can't afford that next time and I don't buy no more bottles, and my business suffers.
Right, but
the eye behind
is it cheaper to buy at 25% overseas, or is it cheaper to find a U.S. manufacturer that will produce bottles for you here?
No, it's more expensive still with the U.S.
So you take
No,
the
I'm
25%.
looking at Mexico.
Mexico. Okay,
So I don't have the tariffs with Mexico.
right. We got NAFTA.
Yeah.
So tariffs, you and I, you and you, all pay the tariffs.
Correct.
Sure.
The company that builds them
Correct.
doesn't. So that's damaging who?
Maybe they should make the companies pay them.
Well,
How do
because
you do that?
but the idea
We're
behind
ultimately going to pay them no matter what.
the idea behind it, and I get it, is, and it's going to take a while. So you say, okay, anything in these certain categories coming from China are going to pay this percentage of whatever. Well, the idea behind it is then, okay, me buying bottles, now I'm going to look at a U.S. based person, but let's say certain items, we don't have a huge manufacturing base yet. So now we're creating demand to create a huge manufacturing base for it over here because of the tariffs, but it's not going to be immediate.
You want to look at this?
What do you got? President Trump, 8.4 trillion of new 10-year borrowing during his full term in office, of 4.8 trillion excluding the CARES Act and or COVID relief. President Biden, first 3 years and 5 months in office, approved 4.3 trillion of new 10-year borrowing, or 2.2 trillion excluding the American Rescue Plan. Trump, 8.8 trillion gross, and borrowed 443 billion of deficit reduction during his full president term. Biden so far is 6.2 trillion of gross new borrowing, of 1.9 trillion of deficit reduction. Okay.
So who's added more to the deficit, according to that?
Well, where did
You figure out you.
well, I mean,
Gotta do
you're
your
calling
work
me a
for it.
fucking idiot right now, and I'm
No, I'm
not
not.
appreciating it.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, look at it.
So a 10-year debt approval. So Trump had
They're all 10-year
8.4
debts.
8.4 trillion, and they're saying Biden's only had 4.3. That's what we're looking at here. So Trump increased debt by $4 trillion dollars.
No, that was
But then they're minusing out
COVID related things.
COVID related things.
Okay.
Okay, during his full term in office, or 4.8 trillion excluding the CARES Act. So out of the 8.4 trillion, you're taking away the 4.8 trillion?
no.
No? Well, they're not including it. So
I think they're just
was it-
categorizing
was
it,
it
saying-
12 was it 12 trillion, or was it
No.
4 trillion.
No, it was 8.4 trillion.
Right.
And if
but-
you subtract stuff, it drops it.
Right. So if you
'Cause that's what
if you
subtraction
subtract-
means.
Yeah, if you subtract the 4,
You take away.
from 8.4 trillion, that's only 4.2 trillion,
Okay.
or 4.4 trillion, and then Biden did. He approved 4.3 trillion, and then he took away 2.2 trillion, so that makes it a 2.1 trillion.
Why are we taking stuff away? Why don't we
Well,
just
they're saying I'm excluding because they're not going. They don't give you the. They're saying, well, if you take this money away, it doesn't count. Well, yeah,
but it still adds to the deficit.
Absolutely.
So why are we taking anything away?
I don't. That's what. That's just what
Well,
this.
to,
this
to,
is.
me,
So-
to me, it's
so if
not
you
a
do it
4
that way,
versus
then you
2.
just
It's
add
an
up
8
the
versus
8
4.
point-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
And-
yeah. I mean, it's government spending.
Different bucket.
It's government spending. You don't take away anything because it was spent or
this-
categorized to spend.
This country actually did this tariff thing a little bit over 100 years ago with McKinley and stuff,
And this is done by the U.S.
and
budget.
the tariff
I don't know who the fuck they are,
increased the
but-
cost to the consumer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that contributed to slide into the Great Depression.
Yeah, yeah.
So, according to our debt clock right now, we're at $35 trillion.
Okay.
That's where we currently are.
Isn't
sitting right now.
the debt for the world more than the available money in the world?
Oh, I
it is.
guarantee it. Yeah.
Out of that $35 trillion, how much do we owe China?
Well, we just keep giving them land.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
They got farmland next to military bases.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Okay, so we're at $35.6 trillion in debt right now. They need to manage their money a little bit better. They make us manage ours.
Well, like I said, we keep referencing the movie Dave.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's the whole thing. You got to get by on your salary and yada yada, and you can't go over that because you don't have it.
The government
I got to do the same thing. You got to do the same thing. We all got. One of the tricks is live below your means.
Correct.
That is the biggie.
Yep.
If you bring in $100 a week, you can't spend 120 because we're
Correct.
not the government. But if you bring in $100 a week and you live on 80, you can throw that 20 into a fund.
Yep.
Okay. So I just asked where our debt as of 2020 to 2023. So in 2020, our debt was $26,945,000,000. So we'll call it $27 trillion was our debt. And so 26, and we are now at
You said 35.
35. There's some bad numbers there.
Some 9 trillion.
We are now $9 trillion more in debt than we were 3.5 years ago. And that just showed us
So
that
forward
Trump
something.
did $8 trillion.
And for
So now we're at $9 trillion. So who's spending money? I think we need to stop.
Well, some of that 9 trillion could very well be stuff that had been authorized to come into effect in this year.
Okay.
From previous, it could be from fucking 10 years
Right.
ago.
Can I hand you the other side of the sword? Some of that $8 trillion that Trump did could have been from previous years from Obama administration or from
No,
Clinton administration.
Trump's 8
or Bush.
and Biden's 4 were new additions to. Versus,
based on their policy, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm looking at today's dollars as $9 trillion more than it was 3.5 years ago. I mean, Bob, you've always taught me numbers are numbers. We can figure them all out from four ways to Sunday.
Yeah, but exactly, statistics are made up on
Right.
the spot.
But we can't say that Trump is a more horrible person because he spent $8 trillion and Biden is a good guy because he spent $9 trillion. We just can't say it that way.
Biden didn't spend it 9. He spent 4.
No, it says that he spent 9. We're $9 trillion more in debt than we were 4 years ago.
3.5.
3.5. Thank you.
That's more numbers.
I'm just a simple guy. I mean, I'm looking at it. 9 is way less than 8, or 8's way less than 9.
Not really. It's only one number.
It's one number. It's one number.
less.
Okay.
It's one
As long as
less.
we're all on the same page.
It's one less. No, and so what gets me too is so the federal government can do what the fuck they want. The state government is required to have a balanced budget.
This state.
All states. The federal government requires the states to have a balanced budget,
Okay.
which blows my mind. They can do what the
Oh,
fuck they
Oregon's
want.
got a great state budget.
Yeah.
We are sitting fat.
But on that note too, budgets at a government level are just numbers. You know, it's an expected. Oh, we're gonna put this. We want this program that's going to cost $10 billion a year. So we're going to enact this tax that creates $10 billion a year. So now we're balanced.
Right.
Well, now us business people find loopholes and they don't actually collect that $10 billion a year.
Right.
But on paper, it was balanced.
Because we're not paying their fair share.
Yeah, but it's just it's a paperwork shuffle. Is all it is.
Yeah. Is it real money or is it just paper?
No, it's a fucking number on a fucking billboard somewhere.
Yeah, it's right here on it's a really cool website. It shows all the debt. I mean, they got it broke down all kinds of different stuff.
Well, don't they have like in Times Square or someplace in New York a fucking thing that goes? It's constantly going up.
They used to, but they got rid of it. Apparently,
Yeah, that scared the shit out of people.
When somebody else was the president, they just got rid of that. Apparently now it's back.
Oh,
Okay, so Oregon's debt clock.
It says, the question about balanced budgets for the states, it said, yes, most state governments are required to have balanced budget, but there are some exceptions and variations.
oh, okay.
Vermont is the only state without some form of balanced budget requirement.
Well, because that's where fucking George Washington was born, so
Yeah,
they had to make exceptions.
Wyoming, North Dakota, and Alaska sometimes cited as having no balanced budget requirements.
So in the state of Oregon, we are 4.2 million people. Our GDP is 310 million. In-state revenue is 48. Gosh, is that million or billion? Million.
Probably billion.
Yeah, 48, comma, 207, comma. Yeah, so that's 48 billion. Our GDP, we're in the green, so I mean, we're making money here in Oregon.
Well, that's why you got a kicker this year.
Yeah.
Unemployment, yeah, some people get them.
Everybody got it.
In some form or another.
In some form, yes. Unemployment,
Because I got a
unemployed
good one.
where
I had to pay California taxes.
there's,
Of course.
yeah, well,
Usually the kicker covers California.
Covers California, yeah.
And I don't see any of it.
food
Budget.
stamp recipients in the state of Oregon is 879,000 people.
You know, they're not even food stamps anymore.
EBT card.
EBT cards.
Well, it's the same fucking thing.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you take
You're not pulling
4,879,000, I mean, that sounds great. Our debt is 48 billion,
No.
48 trillion.
How many commas?
There's 3 commas.
That would be 48 million.
Yeah, 48 million. Not bad. I mean, we got 300. We got 310.
So basically,
we're even.
The
We're-
numbers we're spitting out don't mean a fucking
No,
thing to
no,
us.
they don't.
No, I mean, if you look at this, in-state revenue is 48 million. What can I call it? Million.
It's got to be billion because Nike does 48 million, I'm sure, in sales.
Yeah,
you know?
48 in-state revenue is 48 billion, but then our debt is 48 billion.
No.
They should make it zero.
The state has to have a balanced budget. They don't have any on paper debt.
Yeah.
Right.
Now they
But
find
we're
out,
spending 82 billion.
but they adjust every year and say, okay, this or they do a 2-year budget. Biennial, they're going to have we're going to have a deficit or a fucking surplus. one of
right,
the two.
right. And
so
we
they
always
ad-
have a surplus in Oregon.
They adjust.
Give you, for instance, during in this county, when I was working, we were having a problem with the O&C funds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just disappeared.
we know where that went.
Well, that was money that was supposed to go to the state
Correct.
for Oregon and California Railroad. When that happened, they took all the money away. It's like, wait a minute, we are a rural county. We have a lot of money came in with O&C funds.
Right,
Correct.
right.
Well, all of a sudden, the county was going, where the fuck are we getting this money? And that's why the police and the sheriff
Right,
and
right.
all the rest of the infrastructure bullshit started to go downhill.
Yep.
That's why the sheriff is borrowing money from Public Works.
Yeah.
That's dedicated money for roads. And they don't have to pay the fucking thing back.
Yeah. So it's not borrowing. They just taking.
They're taking it. And
It's,
it's bullshit.
Well, they're just going to pass another levy.
But my thing
And
is,
we're doing less and less roads in this
yeah. But my thing is, okay, did it disappear at the state level or did it disappear at the federal level?
Federal level.
So federal just stopped paying the state.
Well, yeah, it's like having
gotta
a treaty,
pee.
like having a treaty with the Indians. We
Yeah.
got a
Give
treaty, but we're not going to fucking pay attention to it.
Yeah.
How was I watching something about the Cherokee Nation, and I can't remember where the heck it was. they gave him the land 18 months. Oh, it's up northern Oregon somewhere. I forget exactly. Anyway, they took it back 18 months later.
That's where the term Indian giving comes from?
Except it's a white man.
It's a white man. Well, given to the Indians.
Yeah, and giving it back.
You'd be like, hey, we're going to do that Indian giving thing again.
Yeah, I can't remember where the hell that was. Maybe it was.
I believe it. Yeah, because somebody probably said, hey, we're going to give them this shitty plot of land, and somebody gave them the wrong land.
That could be.
And they're like, oh,
Wait a minute,
they're
you
like,
guys have
whoa.
a fucking tree on that.
Yeah, what the hell? It's useful. We can't give you that shit.
Yeah, we got to cut that tree down.
But that's like with the Hawaiians. They have the Hawaiian homestead land where they have, set asides on each island, different areas. And then they're like, you guys got X number of thousands of acres. Well, yeah, but 50% of it's up the side of this fucking cliff that you can't use. It's
a
fucking
goddamn core of a volcano, and you can't get up that.
Yeah,
thing.
and it's so a lot of it, percentage-wise, probably 25% of it is useless land. Whereas all the rich white folks
Have
got the peninsula, freaking waterfront homes and all that shit.
All the flat land.
Yeah, usable.
Yeah. That's why when I bought my property, I didn't want the side of a mountain. I wanted a hill.
Yeah.
That's going to stay there and keep the fucking water off my property.
And you can look out across your vast
Look-
acreage of
I can look
volume
at-
of
I can
a
look
valley.
across my
Sounds like white privilege to me.
You need a couple of peasants down below, though.
Well,
So you can look over them.
This morning I was sitting there and it's light but not sunny, and I'm watching the sun.
It's more share, less sunny. It's more share.
Right,
A
well,
little darker,
Sunny,
Hey, Roy.
Sunny, stop breathing.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
Perfect.
You got to do this with
Okay,
it.
man.
Anyway, so we got that going for us.
You know the fucking words to that song?
No, that's the only ones.
got
I
you,
do
I
if I
won't
sing
let
along
go.
with it.
If you just say it over and over again, that's the whole song.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called a earworm or something.
An earworm. It is definitely an earworm.
Yeah,
That's those little. Oh, that's earwig. The thing with the pinchers on the back end.
Yeah, that's
I haven't
earwig.
seen any of those in a long time.
Long time.
And
I think because
it's not-
chickens eat
Or
them.
the little roly polies.
It's not like a big wig.
It's an animal.
It's an
Yes.
earwig.
Yes.
Not a big wig.
What the roly polies?
Oh, those little fucking
Yeah.
We used to play with those when I was a kid.
Yeah, and they were everywhere. Now I think because everybody's got chickens now.
It very well could be.
Chickens will eat the shit out of
I don't
earwigs.
have chickens.
I don't either. But
That's kind of like
somebody on that land
we gave
prior to
names
you,
to our animals. That's
somebody on that land previous to you had chickens and wiped out
yeah.
the lineage
Pillbugs.
because pillbugs.
That's what we
Pillbug.
call
Yeah,
them.
Yeah,
pillbug.
so
yeah.
because-
that
call them roly
that's a
polies.
very small armadillo.
Yes.
Right. We called them potato bugs.
That's different.
That was it
No,
is
potato
different,
bugs are potato bugs got giant fucking
Yeah, yeah,
pinchers
but
on them.
for some reason I remember us calling them potatoes because they looked like a potato. I don't know.
What the fuck kind of potatoes did you have as a kid?
Well, we were poor. We had small ones.
Oh. Now you pay more for the small
Oh,
ones.
I purposely went to Cartwright's and bought a potato. I don't know how much that some of it cost me, but it was a potato.
I love a good russet potato. Fucking. Oh, I did the air fryer one. Yes, I did.
Oh,
So-
isn't that amazing?
So I made a loaded baked potato. But yeah, the crispiness, olive oil and salt on the skin,
Yes.
throw it in there for. I think
Yes.
I did an hour on it at 400.
You gotta upgrade. You gotta upgrade your. You need to get the
In an
Bifford
oven, they
5000
take-
Roomba.
In an oven, they take 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay,
I do mine for like 40
In air
minutes.
fryer, you probably could have done it in less than that.
Mine. No, it was because at 45 minutes I went and it was still. I poked it. And it was still some resistance there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but then because I'd done a pot roast a day or two before.
You shove a nail into the
Yeah.
You've never done that?
No, I mean yes, I
And
have.
cook it that way.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it
that's a
transfers
good
the
idea.
heat to the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah.
Transfers it to the middle.
But the galvanized shit gets on there. And
You can't use those. Use a gutter spike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maybe get some of that good China red paint that we had on our toys that we
the
ate.
good quality lead. That
Yeah,
shit lasted
We were
forever.
red lead and the red lead in the Navy.
Yep.
Oh God, I probably that's why I'm sick.
But probably that's why
we
you
had
lost your
we
hair.
had the green and the red.
That's a good out.
You
I
had
don't
hair
think
before
that's the
then. You had
reason.
hair
I
before
did.
then.
I got pictures of me. It had hair.
I don't think that's the reason you're sick. I think there's another one.
No,
I'm not sure exactly what
It's
it is.
between the ears, Roy.
It's that
That's between the
syphilis.
ears.
It's that
Right between
syphilis.
the ears.
It's the syphilis.
It's syphilis.
Syphilis.
It's hairless
But anyways, your potato.
So what I did then is I took the leftover roast, shredded some up, and made a fucking giant loaded baked potato out of it.
So do you like walk around the house with their plate of food and the roommate looks at you, or are you kind and like?
I
her
make
dinner?
what's there, and if she wants to eat some, she does.
Okay.
I'm not like. I mean, there are some times because she can't handle any kind of spice. There are some times that I may or may not
Juice it up.
accidentally spill some fucking Cholula in there or something
Right,
like that.
right,
And
okay.
because like with fried rice, I make a meat. Oh, I gotta show you this.
Oh,
I
you
took
got
a picture.
pictures of his fried rice
No, it's not It's not in rice form yet.
made by
It's,
Irene.
Yeah. But I did my clean out the fridge fried rice. on the Blackstone.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a fly.
It probably was.
No, it's a shadow.
So there's the proteins are in there.
Oh yeah.
I got some shrimp. I got some steaks.
That doesn't look like fried rice.
Well, I didn't. That's not in rice form yet. Yeah, I had to cook the proteins and some spam.
You were pre-rice.
That was just getting the proteins going.
How many fucking meals do you make out of that?
Oh, I've still got a fucking Ziploc bag like this full of it. But I will drizzle. You know, when I put it in my
For those
bowl.
of you that can't see, that's a fuck lot of food.
That's a pound of shrimp. That's two steaks and half a block of spam.
I got to see what I got left.
Spam. Oh, you are. That's right. You're a sick individual.
And no, but then
Or
I will take just because I'm nice. I'll take it and I'll put it in the bowl, whatever. Then I take my portion out in my serving bowl and I'll put some kimchi in it sometimes and mix it up, or just some Cholula or whatever.
Right.
Give it some spice. Sometimes I forget and add it to the whole bowl on accident.
And it is purely accident.
Yeah.
So
I assure you.
yes.
Josh and Gabby and his mother and stepfather went over to the coast over the weekend to go crabbing. So I don't know how many crabs are left. If I got a bag, I'll bring you a bag of Dungy.
Oh yeah, one or two would be fine.
Yeah. And so for the last 2 days, I've been
scarfing up on.
I've lost 2 hours of my life fucking cracking crab.
Crabbing
crab.
Yeah, so I cracked.
So yeah, that's the one thing with Dungeness. They fucking. I love the flavor, but my God, it's a lot of work for a tiny fucking piece of meat.
It was 2 hours. It was 2 hours.
That's why I'm like, give me a good fucking king crab so I can take fucking a half pound out of one leg with one fucking swell swoop.
Yeah, but
a fell swoop. I don't know what a fell swoop is, but
it's a quick one.
It's a quick one.
Just one.
Just one.
What about a fell swoop or swell swoop?
That's different. That's different.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. But yeah, if there's any left, because I know that Gabby's grandmother came by and
wiped it out.
I don't know. There was quite.
Her bag was empty when she got there and full when she left.
They got like 30 crabs, and I probably
what's the crabbing limit?
10 a day
per person.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had three persons.
3 or 4 persons.
So they had one person for 3 days.
Well, and the great thing about it, Gabby told me last night when they take Colton out on the boat, he gets a limit too.
Yeah. Does he have to have a license? Oh no, he's underage.
No, he's underage.
Yeah. So
as long as he actively is
playing
on the boat and he looks at a crab and he touches the crab pot, he's actively involved.
Yeah, hold on to this rope.
Yeah, hold this rope, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I went and I checked out because I told you I'm looking into I want to buy a boat, a pontoon boat.
Okay.
I went and checked out the prices for the slips at Lost Creek.
Yeah, you're buying a rowboat now, huh?
No, well, at Lake of the Woods, $500 a month.
Wow, you need to look at
for the slips there.
Yeah,
Lost Creek.
It's not winter. There's no winter rate. That's summer.
That's
rate?
summer. Well, yeah, it's so you can do $500 a month, or if you want to do like for the whole season, it's like $1,800. But their season is like June through September or something. It's like 3 months. So it's like you save like $200 or whatever. I did the math. It's like 4 months.
When I had the boat up at Lost Creek,
May, June,
it was like two.
Yeah.
It was like 2 something a month. 230, 240.
Yeah,
$250 a month, whatever it was. It was up there for like 2 months.
Yeah, so I figured I'm Water World up there in Medford where they've got them. They will store it for $50 a month, and I'm like, you know what? It's on the way to Lost Creek. It's on the way to fucking. You
don't have to have it.
I don't have to have it at my place.
Right.
That's the thing is I don't have the room. I live in subdivision.
It's cool to be able to pull into the marina and just you walk down and everybody's going, oh, it's cool.
Well, because I was like, okay, if I get a good marina, they've got a fuel dock there. I can just fill it. I don't need to lug fucking. But I'm like, you know what? For $500 a month, I'll pay $50. And I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to drive the truck. I'll just drive the Tesla, which is basically free.
Right.
Whatever. But you know what? For saving
that's spendy.
For $500 a month, I'll drive the truck with a trailer back and forth, and stop at Waterworld and pick it up. And
you could also look at see what the marina charges for it, because they got a dry storage, I'm sure, where you could.
They
park
may
it
not
in.
at Lake of the Woods.
Lake of the Woods, I don't think, because that's all the resort there.
They might have one at Lost Creek.
Lost Creek, maybe.
Lost Creek does have.
They got dry storage. Ish. Yeah, I mean, you park it there. First come, first serve.
I parked my trailer there, and that's part of your.
If you're part of your moorage, yeah.
I don't. I mean, their little corner is it's a half of a field that's got a dirt road into it. That's right next to the marina.
But it's dry storage. It's not a spot.
Yeah. It is definitely dry storage.
So, but my thought was too is what's the fuel rate at their fuel dock versus me stopping at frickin' at the
$1.50 more gallons.
Yeah, because I could. It'd be easier but. If I can just pay $50 to park it in Medford, stop on the way, hook up, stop at a gas station on the way out of town on the highway there, fill up, boat,
and
go. So yeah, so I might do that.
Because once you hit 140, you don't have a gas station.
Now, do you
There's
prefer
nothing.
do you prefer Lake of the Woods or do you prefer?
I was just looking off.
I was looking at Lost Creek.
I like Lake. I mean, but Lost Creek gets super low sometimes, though. That's the thing. Lake of the Woods,
yeah,
the
but
natural lakes tend to.
Yeah, you're right.
You're still in the water.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, well, Lake of the Woods definitely has more water in throughout the year.
But it freezes during the winter, and I'm
Oh
thinking.
yeah, it freezes like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
in
then
the
I'm
winter.
thinking that
we could take it out. Oh, Jesus Christ, he's raping me in the back.
then it becomes a fucking dog sled, you know.
Yeah, that's it. You can
It's
get
got the pontoons, you know?
Right. You can get the bulldogs and pull you across the lake.
Nuh-uh. No, but yeah, but then I like Lost Creek because we get that month of good weather in January, February time frame. We get that couple of weeks that I'm like, you know what? But Lost Creek or Lake of the Woods, I'm like,
But
no, there's
if
ice.
it's $50 a month, swing in there.
I can
grab
take
your
it anywhere
boat.
I want to.
Right.
I can go down to frickin' Shasta if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't know, but I'm still, I'm looking probably off season. We'll get the deals on the boats.
Yeah, definitely. It's better to buy a boat in January.
Then January than May.
Yeah, we're trying to sell our other big bay liner, and I feel like Donnie Baker. They got too many boats, and
Yeah, you got frickin'
I mean, it's a great boat. I mean,
make a planner out of it like everybody else does.
Yeah, it's a great boat. It's just not what I'm looking for. It was great up at Lost Creek because it was a big cabin, and it, had a dinette table.
Yeah.
And it had a sink and a stove.
It's like a
and
summer home.
It was like a summer home. Someone could, if they wanted to spend a lot of time up there, it runs great. It goes down it does fine. I just don't like fishing out of it because the deck is very small on the back. My big liner that we have now is more, it's a trophy, so it's more of a fishing.
It's set up better.
But I still have the cabin up front. I still got the sink. I don't have a stove in this one. Not that I would ever use the stove.
I'm not cooking on a boat.
Yeah, fire on a boat, like in a closed system, is not my favorite thing. I'll take my barbecue.
Yeah.
And I'll throw my barbecue out on the deck, and shit goes crazy. Guess what? I'm going to throw it in the fucking water.
Yeah.
But this one has a porta potty in it. My bigger one had an actual
chemical toilet thing.
Chemical toilet, an actual room. So I mean, it's a nice boat. It's just a 1976 Bayliner. It's just an older boat, but runs good.
Is that side piece?
No. Side piece is the new one.
The new one. Okay.
Yeah, the bigger Bayliner is the Addie Grace.
Oh, got it.
After the granddaughter.
Gotcha.
Are you still?
Don't move.
Okay.
So we're at an hour and 40 minutes there. So
really, that went
yeah,
fast.
it did.
Yeah, it did.
Because the sun, I had to keep changing the sun seat.
So I see that we don't have maybe Andy.
No, yeah, I haven't seen her. I didn't go by there today, so that's why. That's usually what reminds him is when I stop by there in the morning for my morning cocktail.
No taco. We didn't get no taco.
No taco money. Yeah.
So we're gonna take his unofficial sponsorship away.
Yeah. It's a.
I mean, he almost became an official sponsor last week.
It's sort of like a what do you call that?
I don't know.
An a la carte kind of a membership to where it's only as used kind of thing. You're paying by per visit instead of.
Yeah, he sponsored this one.
One episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like with Boatnik. You're the Monday boat race sponsor.
Oh,
That's
speaking, not bringing Boatnik into this because we have nothing to do with it. We are clean. We are good.
Oh, something happened.
Revergrande.
Oh yeah.
Boy,
who?
I mean, you don't fuck around with the government.
They do homes and caregiver support for tards.
Oh, okay.
They have some of the group homes, and they also have
Is that like
caregivers.
options or something?
Yes, same kind of like Aspire,
yeah,
but it's state funded.
But state funded with a
Then they make
billions.
So
Well, not anymore. They don't.
They get fucked over, or they?
Well, no.
They were apparently billing for hours that weren't worked.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's a no.
like a lawyer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
kinda.
like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the state's not happy with that.
No, they're being indicted for it. And
Well, good.
hey, fuck around and find out.
They were the biggest one in the state.
Do the
Yeah,
crime, do
they
the
were
crime.
huge.
Hundreds of millions of dollars a year probably did billable hours.
Yeah.
I'll bet you.
Fuck.
And
And they get paid good money.
Where could that money have gone?
Oh, the guy. So
In their pocket,
one of the co-founders stepped down
where
as
could it have
stepped down as CEO and gave himself like a $1.1 million severance package,
oh,
and still has ownership.
Oh, he just got it. He just
He stepped down. He stepped down as CEO and got his severance package, but I'm sure he still gets owner's rights.
Right.
You know,
Still gets his
owner's draw.
$2 million a year for his
Yeah,
owner's draw.
10% off the top.
But 1.1 is a.
His severance. Yeah,
So-
his golden parachute.
So what happens there is they call that the greed factor.
Yeah.
you just get fucking greedy. So
Well,
there's people
because
sitting back going, you know what? 1.1 million, I'm going to be okay.
Well, and I don't know how they do it, but I know because I build the state for the senior citizen side of things.
Right.
And when I was doing it, they were paying 20. I think they bumped it up to 30 right as I was getting out, $30 an hour.
You're getting a hell of a lot better than what I'm getting.
In my industry with the overhead, I pay basically 50% of what I bill.
Right.
So I would pay $15 an hour. Well, I see them advertising $25 an hour for caregivers. 25 to 30. So they're getting paid. They're billing probably 50 to 60 an hour.
Right.
And then whatever they get for their in the home, their group homes.
They got to make it. They got to make a profit.
Yeah,
So there's money on all that. So they're building 80 an hour.
Yeah. So well, the state sets the rate, but
Right.
but they're probably getting. I'm thinking they're getting probably 50 to 60 an hour easily, based on the rates they're paying at least.
Right.
And they're what the recipients, the beneficiaries. Say if you've got a child that is or an adult who
Right.
has special needs, caregiver goes out to your home. You don't have anything out of pocket. You also do not get to see the statements. Like with the VA, when I build a VA, they sent a remittance device to the family.
Right.
With all the visits that were billed for and all that kind of. The state, they say, do not give a copy of any of that to the recipient because they don't want them to know how much
They're paying.
Right.
they're paying. And so if that's the case with these things too, they could be billing for, say somebody's assigned, because and the caseworkers with the state are so overloaded, they can't follow up on shit.
Right. Yeah.
So they know. So I get a call from a caseworker saying, this lady's got these needs and she's authorized 25 hours a week. I'd be like, great. So I send a caregiver out there for, maybe I've only got one for 20 hours a week. So I bill with the visits and set the billing up. And it's automated. It just goes. They clock in and out, and I review it and say, yep, go, and things. But what's to stop me from throwing in a John Doe caregiver
Right.
in the system and saying, clock him in and out manually, he forgot.
Yeah, I only had it for
so
20 hours, but
So I'm billing for the full. Yeah, so I'm billing for the full 25 when he actually only worked 20, and I'm pocketing in a free fucking 5 hours worth of bill.
Right.
So I'm probably pretty sure that's what
Until the audit comes.
but they don't have time to audit. Now they're changing. They're supposed to, and the state being the state, how they work with software systems. The federal government, because Medicaid is a federal program that's state managed. So the federal government down and said, and this was years ago, that each state had to do an electronic visit verification system, to where it plugged in with my scheduling software, and a report was sent to the state every month and it had to have data. We had to have GPS verified clock-ins and clock-outs. There's a lot of stuff in it's double checks. Well, the state, who can't put a system together ever, still has not gotten it together. And this has been, I shut my agency down years ago, and it was in the works and supposed to be, and they kept getting waivers to put it back, probably since like 2016, maybe 2017. It was supposed to be live.
So do you think that they got a whistleblower that said, hey, something's not right, or the state went, wow, this is the largest
Yeah, I don't know, and I haven't read that much. I just see the headlines, and I haven't read too much on it. But the fact that they've got each one of the owners, I think it's a husband and wife team, that have each got like 20 some odd counts against them for fraud and all this kind of shit.
Racketeering.
Which a count could be just 1 hour bill that wasn't worked.
Right.
So I'm looking at it as either they were authorized 20 and only working 10 but billing the 20, and it could be they have caregivers that don't show up and they just never check up on them.
Right.
And caregivers are clocking in and out, logging in, whatever, and getting paid, and their system is still billing. But then
payrolls for a couple companies, I look at the hours worked and the hours paid.
Yeah.
So that they could look at but that's what I'm
saying.
Susie we only paid her for 80 hours and she put down 120.
Well, no, but if it's in assistance where you have an app on your phone and you clock in and out, so they could roll by somebody's house, sit outside, clock in, come back 4 hours later,
so
and
they're not going
because they're going to the river during the summer,
right?
And a lot of times the families don't bother to call; they don't think about it. They're on their day, and next thing you know, they finally get a visit from their case manager and saying, "Well, how?" And they're like, "Well, we haven't seen a caregiver in 3 weeks." And so then the case manager looks
Right,
into and calls the company, and they're like, "No, she was out there. This," and so then they look into
and
it.
you're crazy, and we're
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
okay.
So that
Find her down
that could
in
be,
Illinois
or it could be they were just fucking. But I'm thinking, as big as they were, they had no. I mean, other than the greed factor, they were making enough to where they didn't have to fucking bill extra hours or whatever.
Right.
Who knows? But anyways, on that note, we're an hour and 48 minutes now.
Yeah. What's a caller?
Episode
Don today?
39, I think we're at now.
Gravy, yeah,
38.
something like that. You haven't posted in a while.
I haven't. Yeah, I didn't do the. I'll do it today for last week's.
There we go.
So anyway, so that's 38-ish in the can.
Have a good one.
Bam.